What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. We in these streets. We back in these work streets. And you know what we're talking about today. There was a game that happened yesterday, a huge game happened yesterday. Michael Parsons coming home, reunion, whatever you want to call it. Um, After the big trade, right before week one, Michael Parsons was sent to the Green Bay Packers, and guess what? He was right back here. And it was a very eventful game. Ended up being a tie, 40-40. Crazy game, back and forth. I actually thought the Cowboys were going to pull the upset. They should have. I would have been perfect for the season. Like I said, I'm 3-0 with my predictions with the Cowboys. I predicted the Eagles loss, predicted the Giants victory, predicted the Chicago loss, and I said the Cowboys were going to play better. And when everybody says that they're going to play terrible, when everybody goes against them, that's when they rise above. True to form. Boys dropped 40 points. Should have beat the Green Bay Packers. It is what it is. But we'll talk a little bit about that right quick from my perspective about the game and how I felt about it. And as they move on to the New York Jets next week. But what can you really say if he's talking about the offensive side of the ball first? First of all, you want to be excited. Dak Prescott played like an MVP yesterday, over 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, pretty much controlled the game, pretty much kept the Cowboys in the game. If they didn't have Dak Prescott playing the way he did, Dallas probably would have got blown out. It looked bad early. I thought it was trending toward a blowout when they jumped on the Cowboys quick 13 points, but when they had that big block on the extra point that shifted momentum, Cowboys came back, took the lead in halftime, and then we saw the back and forth in that second half. But like I said, a lot of the positives, well, first of all, was that offensive line. They only gave up 1 sack, and that was at the end, although it was critical, but it wasn't the offensive line. It was more of a Jake Ferguson not handling the one-on-one with Michael Parsons, where he was able to sack Dak Prescott when it looked like he was going to have a walk-in touchdown, and that looked like that would have been the game. Didn't happen that way, but if you got to give kudos to the offensive line, Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass, Tyler Smith, I think he had 3 penalties, so you got to clean that up. But Nate Thomas came in, played admirably. Terrence Steele, Nate Thomas was flipping right side and left side when Guyton went down with the concussion. They played great football as far as the offensive line. You couldn't ask for anything better, because I think that was my biggest concern when you had a Rashawn Gary. You had Michael Parsons, you had Quay Walker, you had a lot of guys up front. Carl Brooks. I mean, they had a lot of guys up front that could cause a lot of havoc, and they were one of the top teams as pressure rate, sacks, everything. And the Cowboys came in there and shut that down. Played out of this world. I said this offensive line was going to be one of the best offensive lines within the next couple of years with the young nucleus you have. But kudos to Brock Hoffman. I said he's the greatest backup, and then TJ Bass just really solidified. If the guys go down, you have confidence in guys that can come in, and the ship keeps rolling. Because you saw it yesterday, Cowboys had over 400 yards. They're leading the league, number 1 in offense, and it looks like it, because there's been plenty of times when Kellen Moore was running this offense, and even when Mike McCarthy, they were scoring 27 points a game, 30 points a game, but it always looked stale and predictable. It just didn't. It didn't look innovative, didn't look creative. But this offense that I see with Shotty, he called a damn good game. It's exciting to watch, because there's always something going on, movement, motions, keeping the defense off balance, and I think that's the reason why they're scoring at that pace and the reason why they're accumulating the yards that they are. But once again, shout out to the offensive line. They played a badass game. Then we already said about Dak Prescott. You don't have him, you don't come close to tying this game or even be in it. Time and time again, he brought the team back, especially that last drive. Not the field goal drive, but the one to really put the game where it looked like it was going to be over, and it was 34-30. After they had that big back-breaking drive the Packers did to come right back down the field and hit George Pickens. I think he was damn near those last 2 drives on those quarters. I think he was damn near perfect in them drives. Dak Prescott was. And then kudos, George Pickens. Dak played out of his mind, but I said George Pickens has to have that 6, 7, 8 catch game, over 100 yards, at least one touchdown. He has to have that. He had to have that type of game, and he did. He had 8 catches for over 100 and I think 30 yards, 2 touchdowns, proving that he is that number one guy. Stepped right in there. The Cowboys needed every inch of him, and he came through. Had a big drop, another big drop, but he came in and was that security blanket for Dak. He was that go-to guy for Dak, that CeeDee Lamb that usually is. He was that guy. So shout out to him for. I wanted him to have that type of game, and he had it. I said Dak had to have that type of game. He had it. Javonte Williams, I said he got to get at least 100 yards. I don't think he's hit that eclipse that the 100-yard mark yet, but he still had 20 carries for 80 yards, 4 yards a carry, running strong, running powerful. That man runs angry, and he's what you want. They're Dallas Cowboys having a running back. He's all the way back from form from that knee injury. He suffered in Denver his rookie year, and he looks like to be all the way back. He's just an effective guy in the backfield and out of the backfield, because he was doing some really good things in that screen game. And kudos, Cowboys never have good screen game, and they actually have a screen game. Not only did George Pickens play good, but let's give a shout out to Cavante Turpin, little big man. You know, I got to give him love. I said he was that number 3 guy. Came in, had big catches, big third down catches. Kudos to him. The whole receiving corps. That young boy, Ryan, is a Flournoy. If I'm tearing it up, forgive me. But man, big catches, big catches, big catches. A lot of people loved him last year. I said small school. I ain't talking about him last year. But this year, let's see. And when his bell's been called, he's been there. So continue to get him reps, you feel me, going forward, because he's great in the blocking game, great attitude, and he has really good, strong hands. Catches the ball, 50-50 guy. He goes after it. So shout out to those receivers, and even Jalen Tolbert for the big catch on the heave. I don't know how that ball got there from Dak Prescott, but that heave and the toe drag swag from Tolbert was huge. He's known to make those kind of plays. He ain't a consistent guy. He ain't somebody you're going to talk about. But once in a while, he comes through with those big toe drag swag plays or a big catch that you really needed. And he came through yesterday, too. So if I'm grading the offense, I'm going to give them damn near an A. Because all the times that they had to come back when it mattered the most. So many times we've seen this offense stall out when you need it the most. Field goals instead of touchdowns when you need them the most. This offense was humming, and Schottenheimer, Clayton Adams, and Riley are doing a hell of a job with that offense. It looks totally different from the years past, in my opinion, and it's the only thing that's really keeping Dallas afloat, because if you didn't have this offense or Dak Prescott, you're 0-4. Let's be honest. So Dak's playing on an MVP type level. So kudos to them. And then let's go to this defense. I mean, ain't nothing really you can say about it. Clowney got his first action. He showed a little bit. Sam Williams, what'd I say? Got all the athletic ability in the world, but just undisciplined. Plays undisciplined football. Still played undisciplined. Had the big sack and the face mask. You feel me? Took him out the game. Played Cal anymore. And that James Houston, I think he had a strip sack on Jordan Love that got them. That took it at halftime. James Houston, he's got to be in that regular rotation now. You got to stop talking about it. He's a guy. Like I said, when he was at Detroit, he came in the league, first guy from one team coming to a team and getting 4 sacks in his first 4 games. And he just knows how to get to the ball, and he just needs to continue to get more reps. Kenny Clark, Osa, hell of a game. Even though they had Josh Jacobs and he ran hard, I like how Kenny Clark and Osa are playing together. Solomon Thomas missed a big play, but, for the most part, that front line, except the pass rushing, did good. Now, I will say that the Cowboys got a lot more pressure on Jordan Love because he was running through that pocket. He was escaping. He was getting out the ball early. So that front line actually did a good job. It's just them damn linebackers. And we talked about it. I screamed about it. And I'm going to tell you the first right now, I was totally wrong on Jack Sanborn. I mean, the tape, watch the tape, and he looks like a totally different player in Chicago than Dallas. We know he was lacking athletic ability. We know that. We know he was lacking athletic ability. But it's like, it's bad. And when he's a tick slow to diagnose the play and the athletic ability, they were just exposing him in the second half, especially like I think in the third, toward the end, in the third and the fourth quarter, they were just exposing him all the way through on the drive. Finding him in open space, getting Josh Jacob in open space, getting those guys in the screen game. Linebacker play is really bad in Dallas right now. We can't wait till Overshown comes back. I know that's a lot of pressure on him. He's had these multiple injuries, but man, we wait for you to come back because you need him. Damone Clark, who I said I was out on, he didn't play, and you had Maris Leofow, and that's the guy who we've been waiting for. Now, I ain't going to hold this to you, Leofow, but damn, you really dropped the ball on a couple plays. That play where you missed that big tackle where back-to-back plays. Big tackle you missed where they got that large game where it should have been stopped for nothing, especially when the play was diagnosed. And then that crazy personal foul when you have enough time to let up. But he had the big stop on the goal line as well. So I still want to see more Maris. He plays with his hair on fire. Had that big hit on the punt return. Didn't like what you had at that fourth quarter. But going forward, you still want to see more of him. I'd rather see more of him. I'd rather see Damone Clark than Sanborn. I just don't know what's going on with him. But I called him a poor man, Sean Lee. I'd kick myself for that one. I can't believe I said that because he just looks atrocious right now. Kenneth Murray, he's just up and down. One game he plays really good. Next game you're like, what's going on? Next game, so he's just an up and down candidate. Just the linebacker core as a whole, just not good right now, and it's costing Dallas. Obviously, we know about the secondary. We know about Elam. We know about Diggs. I don't know. He made a big tackle on the end of the fourth to stop a play, but he also had a couple effort plays where I'm like, oh my gosh, can you ever wrap? I actually saw him make a play where he actually wrapped the ball carrier and took him down because he's always running with his shoulder. He never want to open his arms and wrap or tackle anybody. I hate that about Diggs. I'm not going to lie. I hate that. He always is coming in with his shoulder and doing that crap. I hated it when he was in college, and I said it was going to get exposed when he came to the NFL, and it has. He just got to really change that. You got to wrap, bro. You got to be physical. You got to wrap. If you don't do that, that's why you didn't start the game. We saw Wanye big plays in the oh my God, special teams. So they got the 2 points. So game ended in a tie. I said the Cowboys were going to set them. They should have won this game. This was a game they should have won. Defense let them down again too many times. When they had to just get one stop, they couldn't. This is going to be a problem all year. And this is really going to hurt the chance to even make the playoffs. But it is what it is. Cowboys, Packers, tie. Cowboys 1-2-1. They head to New York Jets. I got the 2019 vibes there, but I feel like they're going to win this. It's gonna be an ugly game in New York next week. And it's giving me the 2019 vibes. I want the New York Jets to win tonight against Miami because if they win tonight, they won't be as desperate. And then Dallas can pull off that victory. If they lose tonight, then they might be desperate, and that just might be another one of them games. So it's really contingent on how these Jets play tonight. If they win tonight, I'm definitely feeling good. If they lose tonight, I'm be like, oh boy. Struggling teams give Cowboys problems because remember in 2019 when they were struggling, what happened? So that's just my thoughts on the game. I'm 3-1 now. I'm going to go ahead and pick them Cowboys, and we'll have the pregame. We'll have the pregame talk about the Jets. We should be dropping our show. It was going to happen Wednesday, Uncensored Cowboys. It didn't. I had some things going on. It's going down this Thursday. I don't know if we're doing live. I don't know how we're going to do it, but just get ready and just be looking out for it. Big Game James, Producer G, Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. It's going down. Cowboys, we love to see them get the victory. They should have got the victory, but they end up at a tie, 40-40. Micah Parsons was moot point unless he had the big tackle at the end of the sack, kind of prevented. Could have been the game winner. But Cowboys played valiantly, just didn't get the dub. I like how they played. I like the coaching on the offense. I like how they're really doing it. And we'll see how it goes the rest of this season. Get ready for the Jets. Big game, James. I'm out. Peace.